Today's video, ladies and gentlemen, should be a sermon on how not to mock the potential customers who might be interested in buying your game. Who am I talking about? That super boob woman they called Tati Gabrielle. Yes, her of the nose ring mafia infiltrating the industry as we like it or loathe it. I particularly am the latter. And on top of this, you got somebody called Erika Ishii, who's probably best mates with Tati at this moment in time, who's got her own grievance against the gamers because she's your new female lead, not Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima, in its new title sequel called Ghosts of Yotai. And how do you think that's going to fare when she starts attacking more players who don't like her appearance or, more importantly, her politics in that game?
Watch this space.
The next half hour.
He brings you.
And from an article today from Fandom Pulse, from John F. Trent himself, I talked about this video game yesterday on my top 10 woke, god-awful video game stories of 2024. And what was number one? Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. And here we have the prophet herself, should I say the LGBT prophet, Tati, or as I prefer to call her, Titi Gabrielle, which is kind of funny when it comes to the representation of her video counterpart, Jordan Nunn, because she's only got one boob. I mean, what is going on with that? Is it a celebration of women who unfortunately have to undergo surgery to have something removed? I guess it is, but in a video game, why does it have to even be there? So have a look at this. She is attacking gamers. Now, there was somebody else who attacked gamers about 3 years ago. And no, it wasn't gamers. It was to do with the show Cowboy Bebop. That's right, my friend and yours, Daniela Pinedo.
The things that sort of keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize to the fans that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine character. 6 foot, double D size breast, 2-inch waist.
Now don't forget, this chick was handpicked by Neil Druckmann, who was on the set of Uncharted 2022 with Tom Holland and Marky Mark. Obviously had a discussion with her and thought, you know what, I'm working on a game at the moment that you'll be the perfect fit for. So in a post to her Instagram stories, there was some fan art she shared with an ex-user called Laurier, of Ciri from Witcher 4, you know, the new Ciri who looks like a dude. And as Tati Gabrielle does right here, she mocks the fans with the fragile masculinity. Because if you're an incel, that's exactly the type of drink you should probably avoid. It's so DEI delicious. Oh, the sad irony of those choice of words. This is what we like to do. We like to mock the mainly demographic gamer-based players in the world, men, right? Currently it's 51%. It's probably a lot more higher than that now, actually. Women will always want to claim that they're bigger than men when it comes to playing more video games. And it's just not true, folks. I'm going to say it once and I'll probably say it again. Who built the world? Men did. Who made cups of tea and lunches for the men to build the world? Women did. Is that chauvinistic? Yes. Is it sexist? Yes. But I tell you what, if you got a fleet of female workers to work on a big construction site, it will take far longer for them to complete one task than it will take a group of the same number of men to do in a few months, as opposed to many, many years, and shedding tears of money that goes down the drain for the corporate non-entities who are wondering what's going on, what's going wrong with this project. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute downvoted ratio of Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, currently stands at 246,000, which is hilarious. Yesterday when I looked at this, it was only 245,000. So I do appreciate the increase because people just are very much tapped out from this nonsense. Nobody wants to see it. On Naughty Dog's channel, it only has 1.3 million views and there are 163,000 dislikes compared to just 67,000 botted likes. I'm going to keep using the bot argument here because PlayStation and Neil Druckmann will go to any lengths just to make sure there is some sort of positivity, the toxic positivity coming from their end, or as I like to refer it to as the back end.
No, it's a bomb.
And Gabrielle Titty is a promoter of woke ideology, especially transmission. During an acceptance speech at the Unforgettable Gala in March 2023, Gabrielle said the following nonsense, and I'm going to play it to you one more time, folks, because this is absolutely cringeworthy beyond belief.
The future is here whether we like it or not. We need to not just accept it, but embrace it. Embracing something and seeing not only the beauty of it in it, but the way that it contributes to the world and contributes.
You know what? It doesn't actually contribute nothing to the world. In fact, it alienates people like me who would otherwise be comfortable working in an office or somewhere else without being shoved to one side because Mr. or Mrs. Transmission walks through the front door and suddenly they get all the privileges handed to them on a silver plate. So this this man thing right here has absolutely no clue what she's talking about. This is what you call an echo chamber, ladies and gentlemen. And she feels that film and television are supposed to reflect the world itself. And she even talks about the fact that if they're going to go further, maybe have an LGBT consultant on a film or a TV production. Why? That's not... I tell you what, the shape of cinema next year will be very, very different. If James Gunn's Superman film was a massive, massive hit, and it has all the things that you value as a person going to the cinema by yourself or with your family, you want to see Clark Kent in a heterosexual relationship with Lois Lane, right? None of that Jonathan Kent turns gay for an issue of Pride Month for DC Comics. And people bought that first edition just because of the actual cover. And then after that, they did not give three shits to the wind, did they? Because why on earth would they? What is with the Elton John hairstyle? Seriously, man, this chick probably doesn't sniff her own farts often enough. Now, to the point, Gabrielle also stated, which I've just mentioned, I mean, again, I wonder how she feels about heterosexual actors who have played homosexuals on the big or small screen. Does she have a problem with that? Or will she sit back and go, oh my God, it's art. It's so wonderful. They're so stunning, so brave. They came out and made this kind of a movie. Because if you saw that Daniel Craig movie, which I think was called Queer, something very bizarrely named like that, who saw that? Is it even released? Do we care? No, we don't. Oh, and by the way, you see this image here of Jordan leaning her big black bald head against the chair? I made a version of this and see which one you prefer.
Right?
And so it goes, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a brand new video game coming out, you should not have your lead actress going after fans already. Of course, we've seen this with Erika Ishii and the Ghost of Yotai, which is coming out maybe in a couple of years' time. And also now we have the distinguishable nutcase to call Gabrielle Tatty, or Titty as I prefer to call her, because she really does act like a super tit, where she's the lead character of Jordan in Neil Druckmann's ill-fated intergalactic The Heretic Prophet. And I ribbed and mocked the living shit out of this game yesterday in my top 10 woke games of 2024, and it only gets so much more worse, folks. Honestly, when are these actresses going to learn to zip their mouths up and let the product speak for themselves?
Tune in next time, Space Freaks, and hear your doobry go ping in the next gripping installment of
Kung Fu Hot Dog. Yeah.